Dust2 here can't come to a head on what is their map pick.
Yeah, and hopefully they can, right? Like the stats certainly seem to lean that way. This has always been a good map for forZe. It's one they play like so much, like a disgusting amount of Dust. Like I don't know how you live with yourself playing this much Dust. But these guys love it. And Nemiga, they don't really love it, right? They've played this map 4 times in the last 3 months. That's quite the contrast to 29 plays for forZe.
What's interesting here is Nemiga went triple long, but no one played it off spawn. forZe came late long, so Nemiga pulled back and gave away the position. They've gone back into the A site and CT, and now they're regretting their decision. They will flash through the smoke and cause a bit of a brawl, but it all comes up in favor of forZe. Until that happens, bomb dropped by Box through the smoke, and Flick can cross into the site for the plant. It's a 2-on-2. Nemiga have made the best of a bad situation, but will it get better than this?
Always the question, can things get better? Is the grass greener, or is it more of that same stuff? Look at how far MDS is up catwalk right now. He's worked all the way up into the quad position, and he's just waiting on Box to pull a fight. Now, either one of them pulling a fight first would be advantageous, and it kind of sets itself up that way. Flit somehow getting on the other side of the site and has actually peered onto the car where Box is beginning his aggress.
Oh, Flit with the masterful repositioning, man. He hides behind the box and he makes it look like that's where he's looking to stay. And the moment that he feels that that player has dropped down off of car and no longer has vision into the site, he leaves it. And so you saw as Box was going up into the site there, he's still staring at that box thinking that that is where Flit is. And that's not the case. So that's a good recovery to the pistol for forZe, one that got a lot closer than it felt like it was going to. Double scout force here with an MP9 on Lollipop and Deagles for the rest on the Nemiga side. And forZe, well, they've got everything they could possibly need. That scout doing early damage. The Deagle even more so. But still not a kill found. It's the man advantage for forZe as they try and run down the scout in mid. But it's not gone their way. The scout gets one. The MP9 of Lollipop drops the bomb on Cat as well. Oof. And FaceCrack is the only man nearby to retrieve that. Thankfully he does, despite being 20 HP.
It's all about spiting around here, or spidey senses. One of the two will carry you forward. Box. Well, wasn't much to get done there at the close angle with that scout. And Flit, well, he's not going to let anyone do anything because it's just Lolly, rock that body. In just a few seconds here, so I want to invite you to join us and Man of Arts over on the fan cams. Our resident moderator turned stage host back into moderator and now hanging out with you in Discord. That's IEM.gg/fancam. Come on and get on here so that we can put you on the big screen. You can show your friends, show your mom that you're not just hiding in your room playing video games tonight. You're actually at a live esports event. And that you do have friends. And all the other things that, well, undoubtedly, Harry, your mother, probably did worry about.
Oh, yeah, man. I used to get teased to no end for casting games in my bedroom.
Your mom was just ripping into you?
Yeah, man. I used to blue tack a sign to the door that said, like, casting.
Is your own on-air, off-air sign?
Yeah. And it was just there all the time because I didn't want anyone bothering me anyway, but... yeah, and then, you know, everyone used to laugh. Little did they know.
Yeah, little did they know what you'd become today, which is the same guy, just one less of a blue sign.
Yeah. Oh, fast out long. They get ahead of the double nades. FaceCrack doesn't. He's not that lucky. He gets hit by them full pelt, actually. But Flit is there to keep everything under control. And that's really all there was in this round, was the double nades. So there's the exciting part out of the way. And wasn't that exciting? Now it's just the USPs. It should be the nice, easy mop-up for the rest of forZe in this round. And indeed it is. They go 3-0 up. But now we've got that investment. Speedak is, I really think, the guy to keep an eye on here, right? Orps, it's so often said they turned the tide on Dust2. And honestly, for Z-Power, you know, like, very, very hyped up AWPer this guy is. And with good reason. Normally, he is downright incredible. But... back on Overpass, he breaks even, finishes at like a 0 KD. Wait, hang on.
Oh, that's...
you know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
zero,
yeah.
Plus or minus, he ends on 0.
It's like golf.
Yeah. That's not ideal, you know, not when Speedak was putting up such a good game. And if he's able to keep that going, Nemiga might still have a fighting chance here on Dust.
A lot of pressure being applied here to the catwalk with the bomb waiting in the B tunnels. So probably some buggery up the sleeves here of forZe. They dump all the utility they can over into this A site. Try to sell this idea. But no one's buying it, bud. Of all the action going down, Box about to find some of his own. Because Flit has an AK that will continue to spray. He's going to do just that on Xbox. It's now down to a 2-on-4 here in Nemiga's favor. Xpower swapping out that AWP for an M4 for himself, and Flit having found some success up catwalk. This one might get a little weird on the backside of it. Bomb's going to be falling up catwalk. Still 50 seconds to play left in this 4-on-2. Lolly tucking it long. This is going to be an A plant. Flit sets up at the car. Lolly, not really sure. They don't know where that second player is. But lo and behold, in the A site, he hangs out. Molotov going to force Z-Power off. MBS is able to shut him down with an AK and a pretty much clinically surgical retake there for Nemiga. Only dropped one player in that round. Speedak holds on to an AWP. And Nemiga find their first round in the second map of this series. Of course, Mirage. The third, should we need it?
Yeah, Speedak now able to get armor up behind his AWP, right? No longer glass cannon. And you're right, that was like a really surgical approach to the 4-on-2. They see the players cross the cat and they don't freak out. They don't stick around and take fights that they don't need to. Instead, you know, they know that they've got that Molotov. Well, that comes in really, really handy at forcing the engagement out from Z-Power, a fight that he didn't want to take inside of the A site, especially not with that crossfire he had set up with Almeza. Was Almeza, right? Was it Flit? One of them's 9-0. It's escaped me. It's Flit, who was 9-0, rather. So yeah, he had that crossfire set up with Flit, and it kind of relied on him staying alive in the site. That's why you see Flit very, very pressured to take the engagement along, which doesn't go his way. Because, you know, if he sits car, he's just dead. Kind of simple as, with 3 players coming from catwalk. And so forZe are going to get real grimy with it now. They're just sitting and waiting and hoping that the fights come to them. But Nemiga haven't really shown a tendency to get too aggressive. They're going to meet this passive play with a passive play of their own. And in this round, something that's quite important is you've got Speedak here over towards long, currently holding the long doors, and that can change the moment he hears utility. But it might not, honestly. The fact that Nemiga is so willing to play retake in this A site means Speedak might take a few fights here, but ultimately could just end up wrapping back to long to help Box hold down this split. And with him smoked off, that's going to be the decision made. Now, that actually leaves 2 players on the other side of these long doors for Nemiga. And so on the back of these smokes, they've actually forced players towards long, but Speedak discounts the second man, believes that there might only be one. And now with that fight going the way of forZe, that opens up the chance at a long side plant. And so the retake pretty much off the cards here for Nemiga, and even then they might not escape with these weapons intact. It's looking all right for it right now as Flit misses his timing down here in middle. They know that Nemiga is saving, and Flit is keen to make this round expensive.
Yeah, forZe's got to be careful with the hunt, as we learned back on Overpass. But yeah, this is a great round for it. And even so, that double long lurk, that late second player coming through was the last thing Speedak expected. Box got spammed. And forZe, they're going to get one gun out of it at least. Nemiga save an AK on MDS is back in T-spawn, but 4-1 for forZe. Instantly back on the board after Nemiga take their first. And this is a good start to the game as we kind of expected for this T side in their map pick. Double AWP out solutions for Nemiga potentially. Z-Power sees the double cross. forZe gonna go out long. There's 3 here, but with the corner smoke down, that creates quite the problem. They might have to smoke that molly. Facecrack is trapped, and Almeza spamming the corner. does take down Lollipop. Box did make it across, but he's waiting for the smoke to fade, and without it, speedak misses his Molotov. It bounces back into the smoke. Box could be the... Ooh, there's knife in the back, I guess. He's dropped the bomb with 2, running out of ammo, and FaceCrack does trade. forZe down a man as they lose a player in middle, and the flank is coming in as speedak sits on the site with the AWP, even drops off. That's a great reposition. FaceCrack aiming above, not ready for the drop down. Nemiga find a second round with the 2 AWPs. Only one of them really needed, though. forZe may have got out long, but it's Box that really makes that round happen. The ace up their sleeve. speedak just keeping up what he showed us back on Overpass. That's always a joy. Nemiga were to 2-0 this series, that'd be one hell of an upset, right? Taking it in 3, more understandable, but if they win it out on forZe's pick of Dust2, boy oh boy, that would be an impressive score. speedak wants to get him there. Geo2 pushed in B. Flit holding. Oh, but he goes off the angle. He tries to repeat back in. That's actually his demise as the AWP picks him up and doubles back into B. forZe setting up for a mid play now. Z-Power gone, and it's getting worse by the second. Oh.
This double AWP. They haven't even run into speedak yet, but they might be about to, right? He's sat at the crossroads. If they wanted to continue this mid play, which they really don't, the timing for Almeza couldn't get worse.
Wow.
And it is just FaceCrack all alone, 1v4. This AWP of speedak might have its first chance to play into this round, as FaceCrack slowly but surely making his way out. Cat, and that's his death warrant signed by speedak. 3 on the board for Nemiga. The double AWPs looking good. A great start from Flit, but the rest of the gang a little bit quiet. And once again, Z-Power being a name to focus on there. 1 and 4, even when he's had this AWP, hasn't had too much success with it. And it's scary because on the other side, as we've seen both here and on Overpass, you've got not 1, but 2 very capable AWPers that are both showing up in speedak and Geo.
Pistols, not the best on Dust. Eagles maybe, but only one of them in this round for forZe. Z-Power just trying to bait an AWP shot out, jumping, hopping, skipping. But very passive play for Nemiga as well. They've not given anything away in this round. No information either. Double B set up in a round like this, but that gives a chance for forZe, even with no utilities, to try and get a bomb plant here. Box is going to be looking to stop that. Run boost across, and he knows it's a commitment. Can't get a kill. Dink down. speedak helps out, and Lollipop does find one from the spawn as well. More than 1. 3, in fact, in an instant. And Nemiga steal it right back, not allowing forZe to get any ground on that A site. 4-4 for forZe. Z-Power's back. Oof. Ouch.
Well,
They all got
not
stuck on
gone
each
well,
other.
has it?
The desperate smoke on a molly. Everyone jumping, blocking. Dear, oh dear. Some sloppiness showing today for forZe, and Flit, who was 11 and 4, just gets picked up in mid with ease. All on Z-Power. And Harry, no matter what you expect of this man, this round, I can already tell you, it's just too much.
Yeah, especially when he's been so quiet already, right? Not really much of a chance for him. Everywhere he goes, he's going to be running into multiple people on the other side. And this A site, not really the bastion of safety and comfortability that Z-Power was hoping for, right? You got the AWP of speedak holding it down, Lollipop waiting CT, and Box with 3 kills to his name already, able to rotate from long. That's not even considering the fact that MDS could pressure Cat. There's just so much that could go wrong here. And so Z-Power's going to try and hold on to the AWP. Now, it's a nice little save to get in, but, you know, forZe are going to be coming into this next round with next to nothing. They can partial buy around it at the very, very least. So you've got, like, that hero AWP in play, kind of akin to what, you know, we see from teams like Furia, where they do that with Art. They'll throw him an AWP while the rest of the gang take pistols. But unless, you know, if that round doesn't go your way, unless you save the AWP again, you're not going to have one. And that's a bit of a grim situation to be in, especially when you're up against this really strong double AWP on the other side.
Look at this. And the nade in the smoke as well, that little bug, I guess. You can see your outline of your opponents as well. More information to play with as that long play comes through. Get in the fan cams, join us, show us your face. Unleash the beast, IEM.gg/fancam. Support your team. Because right now, forZe, they might need it if you're on that side of the camp. Z-Power saving the AWP and coming back in with pistols around it. Long has just been lost every round for forZe. They can't take it since the pistol. It's going to be a B crunch, though. Look at the map. 3 here. What a read. Box is lining up some nade to go through the tunnels when called upon. What's this smoke? Got to be door, right? But not seeing this lineup. And neither will forZe with another re-smoke in. Flash into middle. Jerry trying to keep players away. But Nemiga have read this so well right now. And they're just not moving. They're not budging. They have no reason to. They've seen nothing out long. The AWP double backed immediately. And now this mid to B smoke coming down, that only confirms the suspicions of Nemiga.
Oh, the nade is good, but Meza fast out. Suddenly, one of the only guys left standing. And he's not standing any longer. Oh, Z-Power, 1v3. Retrieves the bomb, but Box just rushes through the doors, and it's back-to-back 3Ks from him.
Double AWP saved.
Man, and now they're building up a lot of money on this CT side. This is worrying. Because, like, you know, it's always scary, especially on a map like Dust. I think Dust and Vertigo are two that really spring to mind. Whenever the CTs build up a bank and they're able to reliably get these AWPs into play, that puts so much pressure on a T side, right? You can just feel like you're running into a brick wall. And the fact that, you know, you've got guys like Geo, Speedak, who are very, very good at using these AWPs to get a pick, you know, change position, keep the enemy guessing so they never know where that AWP is. You can never do anything with certainty. Is very, very scary because it becomes so easy to start these rounds a man down on the back of the AWPing presence on Nemiga. And as mentioned, as a result of that save from Z-Power the round before last, you're not going to have an AWP here and now on the side of forZe.
That's not ideal, is it, Harry?
No, man, it's really not. It is kind of worrying, especially because, like, you know, Nemiga already 1-0 up in this series, and they've got kind of everything going their way at this point on Dust2. Lots of money, no AWP on forZe, a chance to go 7-4 up, and once again, lay waste to forZe's economy. They're in a very, very good spot right now to have a very strong half of play.
They've not even been mollying the choke. They've mollied this blue bin almost every round, trapping face crack in the past. This time it's Flit stuck behind the boxes. It's a fast cat into one of those AWPs, and Jerry's gone. Speedak blinded, though, can get killed, and he will. While Meza opening up A, and Flit does deal with box on long. That's a good response for forZe. A faster round where they don't get bled out by Nemiga, and instead just take all the kills into this site. Geo with the second door probably should save in a 1-on-4, and they're already fanning out to hunt him down. They know what he's got in his hand. So a really nice round for forZe there. Cracking into the A site, and a cracking round from it.
Just a cold one with the boys, Hugo.
Mountain Dew game fuels flowing.
Yes, indeed.
Sneaky, sneaky Z-Power. No hunt today, save for Geo. Is something at least in that round. Speedak got stuck on the corner, man, blinded in the car cubby, couldn't get out alive. And the fact that Flit even gets anything done from that long position, considering how good Box has been there and in this game in general, is impressive. Mollied out in the corner, naded, uses his smoke on his own. Still finds a one opener and gets back out long to split A. forZe going back to long. It's been good to them, but there's 4 here this time around again. The utility, the barrage of nades down into the bin. That could be the finish onto FaceCrack. He's trapped once again. Smokes the molly. That does buy time. It's drawn the attention of Nemiga back towards long when this cat play comes through. Speedak in a safer position to back up after the flash comes in. He can still take one with him, but doubles back from the flash, and now Jerry's on the site. This could get claustrophobic.
Definitely is that, especially if you're one of these CTs. Everybody's hanging out on long. You're just like, well, what are we going to do here, fellas? I guess we can all try to retake from long. Next power with the AWP. Hasn't had the impact in this map thus far, but in this round, he's got one. And a couple of missed shots to boot. Jerry doing what he has to do from inside the site. But exit power now out of the round. It's up to Jerry. And Almazer, who's just rotating in through CT. This has gotten a little bit scary for the side of Nemiga. That's the kills they needed. And the defuse to follow.
I like the change of approach there. They realized last time on that fast A, the reason they lost it was having that long split stab him in the back. And this time when FaceCrack gets trapped behind the bins, they don't even go back to A. They just keep 4 there and use all their util, all their manpower to kill him. And then when they have no long split for forZe, which has been good for them in the past, think about like the late second long player coming out from Flit earlier in the half. Well, they just set up for the retake. And even though that wrap comes in for spawn, Jerry gets a double on the site. It's not enough for forZe. And Nemiga keep up a competitive half.
Yeah, they do, to really make the hair on the back of your neck stand up almost. Ain't that right, Harry?
Yeah, no, like Box has just been an absolute beast, right? Every round so far in these last couple that Nemiga have picked up, he's been there with 3 kills. That's another triple kill for him. Back to the drawing board for forZe. This is certainly not how they envisioned Dust2 beginning.
Here comes that grouping on the catwalk for the side of forZe. They've left themselves an option. They can go back down through middle, then go up catwalk and take it like a man, Harry.
Do you take it like a man, Trace?
Well, I generally only use Old Spice, so yeah.
Catwalk King himself.
Just a cat play. That's all this is, right? Nice and simple. Can't go wrong. Oh, that molly. All right, not a good start, but
it's perfect molly too.
It's fine. Can't go wrong. Like I say, right? Box is holding this little gap in between these smokes. This is the one thing that forZe have to be careful for. Oh, the flashes are good. He gets a lot of damage, but barely any kills. Instead, it's Lollipop doing the bulk of the lifting here. Speedak. Far shot.
Power.
And Z-Power now trying to get out through Cat, but he falls. Almazer is long side, gets away with one. Gio's rushing to get into position at Cat, and there's just no time for Almazer. He's got to back away. He's got to give this round up. It's 8 on the board, and he doesn't even live to tell the tale. They were hesitating as well about saving that secondary AWP, and I don't think that was anything to do with, like, you know, do we run double AWP? I think that was always the intention. It was just about, do I keep the AK? Do we reinvest in one? And I think, you know, they decided to play it safe in terms of the money. They had the cash to get a second AWP out here regardless, but deciding against it.
We're going to take a quick look in as to what's going on over here at the DreamHack Open Fall 2020. Lower bracket semifinal, NIP versus Fnatic. Third map, 15-7. The Ninjas are really doing it to Fnatic right now. And again, that's over there at the DreamHack Open Fall 2020.
Yeah.
And they're best of 3 lower brackets.
On the losing end is that player from the DHL drop earlier on as well. Ye Wabulu over on Fnatic. First major MVP back in 2013.
Oh, MDS through the smoke. So much damage. They're almost dead, and they haven't even gotten into the site yet. Lollipop with a double. And while Z-Power deals with what he perceives to be that entire B hold, Speedak is already there on rotation. 9-5. My word, not a Dolly Parton in sight as we head into round 15.
Don't bring Dolly into this.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Revert.
I just tried to put a reference in there that you might appreciate.
I did appreciate it. But also, I just got a text from Dolly, who happens to be watching.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
She is not happy with you, Harry.
No.
Is she in the studio? That was a very quick text, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Barely left his mouth before she angered.
It was a weird thing. She happens to just be with me everywhere I go.
Telepathic, you mean?
On my Spotify.
Ah. E-play desperate for fours. The late cats to A have not worked wonders either. Lollipop has been looking good. He's going to get flashed through. Oh, he does eat a T-flash at the same time, but Jerry picked up by Geo in B. He's the only stand here inside of the site. If he drops the bomb, he can go down happy. Lollipop saves his life. Geo's got more time inside of B, but not for long. Flit on the mid luck, doubles down. He kills Lollipop through the smoke, coming out last into 2-on-2. The bomb's lost, but MDS, can he hold on? Yes, drops even further towards him. It's Dust2, El Clasico, and Nemiga, 10-5, locking it down right now. This is a great game from them. They're looking for those semi-finals. Spirit waiting in the wings. Can they get there?
Yow!
I might be tired like the stones they throw, picking up scars and I hold them close. They shot me down, but I got this fight. Shine a light on me when my heart goes dark. Cause I'll never lose faith now. I'm in the flames of an angel. Fire, fire, burn. Fire, fire. And even if I'm broken, I'm cold but my blood's not frozen. Fire, fire, burn. I'm dying to tell you I'm a I beat my fears, but I lost my dreams. Yeah, they say this fight isn't what it seems. Yeah, shoot 'em all down when my demons rise. Couldn't win, so I joined their side. Breathe it in till the day I die. And even if I'm broken, I'm cold but my blood's not frozen. Fire, fire, burn. I'm dying to tell you I'm a wildfire. I'm dying to tell you I'm a wildfire.
I don't wanna fight it. It's time to let it go.
Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this.
We've reached the halftime of the second map of this series, this quarterfinal. Not really going to plan here for fours. But I can tell you, Nemiga probably feeling pretty good about it, as we hope you are feeling pretty good too here on this lovely Friday. Welcome back, everybody, to the Intel Extreme Masters. And right now, with this quarterfinal in our hands, we're looking at a grand final on Sunday. Now, we're trying to just find out who's going to be in that one. A couple teams waiting in the wings of these brackets, but for the time being, we're just focusing our attention on Nemiga versus fours, finding out if Nemiga can close it out after having picked up the first map of the series, and that is the rip-roaring start that they just might want. A nice pick with a Glock down middle onto Flit. Really Nothing you can say about that one, Hugo.
MDS could have bought head armor. Am I crazy, right? Like, he got that kill in the first 5 seconds of the round, and he only got dinked, so he still had 100 Kevlar. He could have bought head armor and the pistol very quick. Or maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
We've had that discussion on Dust2 about getting a kill down mid and then buying up, but it doesn't matter. Almeza's flank B, and he's netted 1. MDS finishes the job for him, killing his teammate. This has fallen apart from a 5-on-4 to a 1-on-4. It's MDS alone. 3 to his name, including his teammate, but no more as Jerry shuts him down. Would have loved that head armor. But nonetheless, it's forZe finding their first in this CT side. About time. They won the pistol in their T half and went 3-0 up. That half ended 10-5 down with no answers, with the cat long plays continued, tried and tried again, but rarely getting what they wanted, the result.
And just kind of run us really briefly here, Hugo. It's the feeling of elation you might have after getting a Glock pick down mid Dust2.
Pretty good, man. Versus beating USPs, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, doesn't matter now. Big grenade in the lower. Box lucky to get away with his life. Speedak. Good trade there on a deagle. But already a 3v4.
Ooh, the Org. Not doing the most damage, but still alive. And that's the main thing here, right?
Wow, Hugo.
What?
I like that. That had some like oomph to it.
I can shout it louder.
Suppressing fire! Yeah, it was like, you know, epic almost.
Wow. Thanks, man.
No problem, man. I'll be here for the next 2 days.
Whisper shouting, man. It's like the joys of living with your parents, you know?
What the hell? Suppressing fire!
Yeah,
Thanks,
man, yeah.
And that's the sound effects that you can pay for. Wouldn't advise it.
Nope. Oh, bye-bye. Speedak v Z-Power, again, a tale as old as time, and right now, in this series, in the favor of Speedak. If you want to know just how deadly it was, back on that previous map, he was 6-2 in head-to-head against Z-Power. Oh, the bait reload, big brain for Lollipop. I love that. Press R, quick switch, Almeza pushes, free frag, 5-on-3.
And I do it all the time. Never works.
No?
Nobody ever pushes. I don't know what the deal is. Kind of garbage, really.
Woo.
But it is a beautifully executed play. Now, speaking of the execution, right now Nemiga are all over the place. They got the bomb in T-spawn. They got a player watching upper B. And then they've got this guy known as Lollipop. Now, he's all the way up at car. And you don't really want to concede that position, but perhaps he could sell the idea that this is going to be that A hit for these 2 remaining players of forZe.
And Nemiga are holding for the B push right now, which is nice, but the funny thing is, forZe aren't even playing the site. They see the cross, and that sells this fake even better. It might even draw Flit further. They're watching mid. They're scared of their backline. FaceCrack swings out with a nade, but it's Lollipop above the site with a third. Bomb's even going to join him. They go, screw it. He's got all the kills. He's got the A site. Why would I go B? 20 seconds could be a problem, but Flit is double back, thinking he's reading in, and, well, he's like 20 seconds too late. Nemiga, they arrive on time.
I think Flit even knows, though, like, even if they went B, what's he really going to be able to do with 3 HP with an MP9?
Oh, he had to hit that jump. Oh,
That got
if he
so
messed that up,
close.
yeah.
My God.
Terrifying.
Unnecessary, even.
Oh, they want to deny the weapon save. That molly, it does stop Flit for the time being. And if anyone now drops CT, they're also going to hear this. Gio's on the angle. They stop the save. They deny it. 11 now on the board for Nemiga. And there is money on 3 players for forZe. So they go ahead. They invest regardless. But that could be a decision that comes back to punish them. We've seen these economic woes strike forZe hard in the past. They've got an AWP here. And likely 2 rifles alongside it. Unless, once again, they've gone for that, like, Furia Hero AWP style. But no, it's actually a double AWP, with Flit donning the second. That'll come as a bit of a surprise to Nemiga.
But the big question is, will it actually net anything for forZe? It's one hell of an investment. And it's going to dig them down deeper if they don't win it. One AWP fires off in middle. Box tag through the mid doors. Backs up into B. Aggression on catwalk. There'd be a boost for lower. It's looking like a B play of some sort. Lollipop got out long, but doubles back, and the bomb is still sitting around T-spawn. Waiting for forZe to make a move, and move they shall right out middle. Missed timing for Lollipop, but going back to check it again. He could catch some on Cat. That's a free one. Sneaking through the B smoke. Almeza overwhelmed. Flit does find a finishing shot, but he can't do any more. No armor and punch back. It's a flanking upper. The box is already holding for it. There's no way back in, surely. Face crack, not clearing. And Z-Power definitely got to save. Nothing else to do in this round.
Yeah, double ops there for forZe in the round. They, they put them in positions that they could succeed. It would have been a lot better. Should have been that A crunch at the end, but it's not. And the what ifs, well, those don't really matter. Unless they're positive ideas.
The scary thing is now, outside of this AWP, it's likely going to be 13-7 that we see the next full investment for forZe. That's assuming they don't win the eco solo AWP round, which, is doable. And we've seen things like that happen before. But it's not something you can rely on. Like, no one looks at a one AWP eco and is like, yeah, man, yeah, they got this. And it's going to have to be a full eco as well. Like, it's not one of these ones where you can kind of, have a few armored players, have a couple of deagles here and there. If anyone buys anything, that kind of screws forZe in this follow-up round. So it is literally USPs and an AWP. What's the plan going to be? What's the approach going to be? Are you setting Z-Power up, hoping that the push comes to him? Or are you going to have him play aggressively here to try and set these USP players up? They're going to flood mid, and they're hoping that this will get the attention of the man in T-spawn and allow this AWP to do damage. Speedak has seen players here and has common this to the rest of the team. And so these USPs, they're up the creek without a paddle. They all get shut down, and that does leave Z-Power, the only guy alive.
Guys, I think I figured it out. I think I know why Nemiga are doing so well. When we look on their player cams, there are beanbags in the background with the Nemiga logo, and
Right.
that's pretty cool. It's pretty comfy.
Oh.
Wow,
Yeah, that's surely it.
I don't know how I didn't
Look at
spot
this.
that before. I
Look
think
at this from Z-Power. He doesn't know it, which is the shame, but he could do something in this round. Like, he's gotten 2 already. He's down to a 1v3, but both the players are here in tunnels, and sadly, he walks right into them. In a very weird world, if they somehow knew, if there was even one player still alive for forZe to help him get that information, he could have ran A and had a 1v1 with the other 2 a long way away from the rotate.
Now, Hugo did say that this could be a 2-0, and I didn't want to believe him. Just don't feel like we've got the forZe today that we were promised.
Yeah, I think especially, right, someone like FaceCrack, who's often so reliable, just looks like he's having a bit of a rough day. Like, back on Overpass, he was the guy who I think was 0-8. And then even then, like, barely kind of scrapes together a palatable game across that first map.
Look at this round.
It's going to be a B play, if I had to guess, right? There's a lot of folks here. Almeza with the auto. This is the... Wow.
And that's it. Like, some of the reads, some of the calls, especially back on that previous map with CT stacks, but even here for Nemiga, like, hitting B in probably the most important rifle round of this matchup, and they just win it out. Like, there's nothing forZe can do. They lose Almeza. He doesn't get a kill. It's a save. Goodbye. See ya.
And you think that AUG and the range and the way that it's about to, be introduced into the round, you think that's going to be just exactly the answer, the remedy for what that B hit had to hold. But it ain't. In fact, canceled.
You want to look at something else that you can really contrast here under quite like an obvious light, which is always good to see, is that there's a chance that now there's just no AWPs for forZe till pretty much the end of this game.
So the what, third
right?
map?
Yeah, and that's a bit of a problem. And then you contrast that to Nemiga's CT side, where they ran double AWP for like 10 rounds straight, right? The money was always there. They were investing into it. They were saving them when they were given, well, not saving them, they were taking them off of forZe when they were given the chance. And now we live in a world where forZe, they might have got to have that one AWP that admittedly had like a few rounds of play from Z-Power, thanks to him being able to hold on to it. But that's pretty much it. You know, like 15 right around the corner. If Nemiga get there, there ain't AWP money on the forZe side. There's barely even M4 money on the forZe side.
The implications are pretty easy to understand right here. If forZe lose this map, if they continue on their current trajectory, they're going to get a 5th place decider against Gambit. And while that might not have been the result that Jerry was looking for, it certainly is what they're given.
Yeah, another B crunch, 2 players here, but the flash is so good. Almaze is blind, struggling to get up on the car, and it's a drive-by for Nemiga's T side. In the B site they go. You've got to give this a try if you're forZe. They're actually favored in a way, 3-on-3 with loads of nades, with the health advantage, but Speedak could put that all to rest. He doubles back. Smoke on the tunnels, though, is a bit of a problem. FaceCrack waiting for aggression. He can try and flash Jerry in through, but more T utility to keep them out. 2 more smokes to cycle.
And that's a scary thing, is these smokes, right? Because right now, forZe are waiting for the smokes to fade, but oh, there's the re-smokes. Oh no. Now they realize that there might not be this time that they've been waiting for, that perfect time to strike.
What?
Lollipop fully blind, and it's looking like the cleanup. There's so little time for FaceCrack. He doesn't even know about the man at the back of the site. And there's the peak. He gets caught between them both. A rock and a hard place. 15 on the board for Nemiga. And that money, once again, we've spoke about it to no end, but it's a problem once more. I did see a very, very nice guy who I don't even think had money to buy armor and an AWP, just drop an AWP to Z-Power. That's putting a lot of faith in him when you haven't really had these results just yet from this AWP that we're so used to seeing.
This is a great game for Nemiga right now.
Look at FaceCrack, man. What a G. Drops the AWP. And that's why, right? Gets that opening kill.
Someone's got to take the hit, and right now it is forZe mostly, but that's an opening kill that could turn the tide, at least short term, temporarily, but such a long road to recovery in this second map, and the pick of forZe. It's a nightmare scenario. Nemiga, they won the last 3 BO3s against forZe this year. And I thought surely this would be the time that changed. Surely forZe would have the solution. Their form is good. They're 3-2 in the group. But right now, just 5 kills away from getting 2-0'd in these quarters. Spirit may never see them flip with another. forZe at least making something of this round. Z-Pow's moved back to A. Great shot on the AWP. Just never had the chance to see him light up the scoreboard. And, well, this round no longer gets 2, and then he's done. The cross with the nade. I love that, but re-peek from 3. Geo does get 1. It works for a second, but then the cat peek shuts it down, and forZe find 8.
Yeah, and to further those implications, or if you want to look at them this way, it could be complications, because the winner... Now, let's just theorize here. Let's just say Nemiga can close us out 1 round out of the next, 7.
Pretty safe bet.
They're going to go on a play in the semis against Team Spirit. Now, normally, I think for Spirit, pretty good matchup. But if Nemiga can continue this pace, that's a good matchup.
Yeah, like this team has been grinding for a while. Some of these players we've seen, not on the big stages, but in the online stage for years now. And so it's so great to see them like finding more success. Time with the roster. We've talked about that with forZe coming into this game as well. Nemiga have got a similar situation, and the results are right there, tangible, in front of them. FaceCrack, they're behind you. He turns around to fight lower. Lollipop peeks him at the top of mid. It's a bait play for Nemiga. 5-on-4. And desperation striking now for forZe, who feel the need to get aggressive. Up on the cat with 1-3 in the middle. Speedak drops that cat aggro, and now it's just down to the mid players. forZe have to double back to A. Nemiga is still defaulting.
Yeah, this ain't looking good, Harry, at all.
No, this is falling apart, right? The bomb is back in T-spawn, but in a 5-on-3 where forZe are looking for every fight they can to get this back into their favor. That's not a worry yet for Nemiga. No one's going to discover that bomb. The flash is good to net them that kill. And in the blink of an eye, it's all down to Flit. 1v5. Such an impossible round. Such awful circumstances. And Nemiga, they lock it in. And they lock it in dominantly, right? Overpass to start the day. It gets close at the